that is the entire body, can silently and without moving perceive what is happening elsewhere through a process of direct observation, experiencing the superconscious energy radiated by the avatar. The Akashic readings are not predictions. They are readings from the cosmic archive. Beyond space, creation and destruction happen simultaneously and in the dimension of time. Starts the past, present, and future. And because Akashic records are stored in the Akasha, the space dimension, there is no past, present, and future. That is why what you call as happening, yet to happen, are clearly already recorded in the Akashic records. Let us understand who is the supreme concept of Hinduism. The supreme concept of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, a macrocosmic ancient enlightened civilizational nation. The supreme concept of Hinduism is the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva, as per Hinduism, recognized by his predecessors who are enlightened masters and adepts. The supreme concept of Hinduism has made the science of our manifestation, yoga, and temple-based universities as a lifestyle for humanity. And the supreme concept of Hinduism is ordained as the 233rd Guru Mahasanidanam of the Kanchi Kairasa Sarvajapitham, is the incumbent emperor of the Surya Vamshi Sarangi Samrajyam, is the present 293rd Jagat Guru Mahasanidanam of the Kailasanatha Shamla Pita Satyajapitham, and is the present Mahamandaleshwar of the Mahanirvani Akara, the largest apex monastic order. The supreme concept of Hinduism is the 1008th Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of the Atala Akara, is the present 23rd Guru Mahasanidanam of the Dharmakeswaragapara Adinam, and has been elected as the supreme concept of Hinduism by a congregation of over 1,000 Hindu leaders. And the supreme concept of Hinduism is revered as a teacher of Hinduism, the most prolific, most viewed, read, and watched, and has authored over 300 books and 10,000 articles in 3 languages, English, Tamil, and Sanskrit, and has over 20 million copies of books and articles sold, read, and downloaded, and has over 10,000 hours of discourses delivered available on YouTube, and has enriched over 1 billion lives digitally. The supreme concept of Hinduism is respected as the foremost commentator of all sacred scriptures of Hinduism, such as the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, the Shiva Sutras, the Brahma Sutras, the Yoga Sutras, the Ashtavakra Gita, and the Jain Sutras. And the supreme concept of Hinduism is honored as the leader of Hinduism, the most awarded, internationally recognized Hindu leader, and is the reviver of 108 ancient Hindu sampradayas, including the Rudraganyas, Rudras, Rishis, Rishikas, Bhairavas, Bhairavis, and Sanyas. And the supreme concept of Hinduism is the establisher of the world's largest Hindu university, Kailasa Nithyananda University, in 150 countries, and the establisher of 1,000 plus Kailasa enlightenment ecosystems. The supreme concept of Hinduism is the founder and reviver of over 100 Satvajapithas, and the collector of the largest Hindu library with over 1 million books, 1 million palm leaf scriptures, and over 20 million digital books. Now, with this, we will be entering into the demonstration of the extraordinary powers of Paramashiva and Parashakti with the initiated disciples and Nithyananda Gurukul Balasan of the Nithyananda order. So now we will be entering into this segment, and we have Ma Yoga Prana here with us to guide us through this demonstration of these extraordinary techniques.
Yes, thank you so much, Maniti Nithyananda, for that beautiful introduction to this program. Let us now move on to the next segment, which is the manifesting of extraordinary Shaktis. Today, all of you will be witnessing the Balasans, the Nithyananda yogis, and initiated disciples of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism, demonstrating these extraordinary Shaktis in front of all of you. Before we begin with this extraordinary segment, let us understand what are Shaktis. Shaktis are described very elaborately by Paramashiva in the Vedas. Paramashiva beautifully says that we can manifest these extraordinary Shaktis just with the cognition that you are the divine and that you need to manifest the divine. Not that you are a man and that you need to reach the divine. So let us now see the fundamental difference between Shaktis and Siddhis. Shakti is expressed from the space of enlightenment as a side effect of feeling connection with the divine and high integrity with the Guru. Shaktis are the source of enlightenment. Siddhis are the powers that manifest from tapas or penance for enlightenment. Siddhis are on the path of enlightenment. Shaktis are the powers which express through ordinary human beings in extraordinary ways, just with the initiation from the avatar, and Shaktis are permanent. Siddhis are not permanent and they may divert you from enlightenment. So who is the source of all these Shaktis and how do we manifest all these Shaktis? Paramashiva is the primordial divinity in Hinduism, the ultimate reality and cause which is self-present. Swayam Prakasha, all-pervading, unchanging beyond time, space, form and causality. As the fundamental base of Avyakta, the unmanifest, and Jakta, the manifest existence, he performs the Panchakritya, the 5 cosmic acts of Srishti, creation, Sthiti, sovereign rulership and maintenance, Samhara, regeneration, Bhava, filling out the delusion, and Anugraha, liberating grace for all living entities. And Paramashiva himself has come down in the form of the Supreme Point of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. The Supreme Point of Hinduism is the 1008 incarnation and representation of Paramashiva and the revival of Kailasa, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization nation, which is the great cosmic bodily civilization. Ever since the beginning of the civilization, the Sanatana Hindu Dharma has been the cradle of enlightened beings and highly advanced sciences. It was where the science of enlightenment and powers were lived and taught as a lifestyle, and for the first time in modern day, the Supreme Point of Hinduism is reviving and transmitting these yogic sciences to the world at a record-breaking speed, which was never accomplished before. And Swamiji was recognized as an avatar at a very young age and was trained and taught to revive these initiations and knowledge and studies for billions of people to manifest the science of our manifestation from the disciplines of Vedanta, Tantra, Sri Vidya, Yoga, Yogi powers, Mantra Shastra, Siddha Vidya, the science of Aushadha, Advaita, Bhakti Yoga, Paramashivoham, and Paramashivoham. So all of you might be wondering, how do we awaken these divine Shaktis? When every ultimate truth jnana gets mapped into our consciousness prajna, we start manifesting powers and it becomes a possibility for every being, prajnana. So let us now watch a small video which explains the science of initiation, the power of Diksha from the avatar.
Diksha is the direct transfer of spiritual energy by an enlightened being through look, word, or touch. The traditional Vedic book Navaratneshwara states, Sarvasamapi Dikshanam Muktihi Phalamakhanditam Avirodhat Bhavantyeva Prasangyastu Bhuktayaha. The main benefit of all initiations is moksha, enlightenment. As a side effect, health, wealth, leadership, and well-being happen. And in Rudrayamala Tantra, Shiva says, Devi Diksha Vihinasya Na Siddhihi Na Cha Sadgatihi Tasmat Sarva Prayatnena Guruna Dikshito Bhavet. The one who is not initiated does not attain liberation nor a better future. So by all efforts, one should get initiated by Guru. What is the science of initiation? Neuroscience has proved that the process of initiation floods the brain with energy. This is the superconscious energy of Kundalini, our own highest inner potential energy. As the Kundalini flows from the thalamus to the cortex, it sets up a powerful energy loop within the brain, which awakens the latent non-mechanical parts which we have never used before. With increasing levels of coherence, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heal, empower, transform our lives bliss and fulfillment. Initiation creates high awareness, visualization, creativity. It also slows the aging process and improves the immune system. Kundalini awakening, healing experience, levitation, teleportation, materialization. Experience the power of initiation through a range of exclusive programs conducted at the ashram. Nithyananda Dhyanapitham.
Yes. Let us now see how the science of power manifestation is authenticated through four evidences or pramanas. The first is the Shastra Pramana, which are the eternal unchangeable truths that are revealed in the source scriptures. The next is the Apta Pramana, the experiences and results of Aptas, or the authorities of Hinduism, the Vedic rishis and scientists who have time tested and verified this extraordinary science. Third is the Atma Pramana, the experience of His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of power manifestation. And last is the Pratyaksha Pramana, the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation. So, let us now listen to the Shastra Pramana from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 34, Dharana 11. Kapalantarmanonyasa tishthanmilitalochanaha kramena manasodardhyat lakshaye lakshyamuttamam. The translation goes, by fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession, by that stability of the mind and inner space, through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal Lakshyam, by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness with the source Paramashiva. Next is the Apta Pramana, that Bhagavan Sri Krishna initiates Arjuna into the power of third eye. Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjuna, Natu mam shakyase drashtum manenaiva swachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshuhu pasyame yogamaishwaram. But you cannot see my cosmic form with these physical eyes of yours. Therefore I grant you the divine third eye. Behold my cosmic opulence. In the Hindu Purana, the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Krishna initiates Arjuna into the power of third eye to behold his Vishwarupa darshan. After which Arjuna completely narrates the cosmic form of Bhagavan Sri Krishna and narrates it in the 11th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Let us now listen to the Atma Pramana from the life of His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam in Swamiji's own words.
Inside and outside broke. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree, 10 direction, below me, everything. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience. I felt that the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. The setting sun, rising moon, the whole Arunachala hill, all the plants, bush, shrubs, trees, everything just became so alive. The idea, something is inside,
Last is the Pratyaksha Pramana, the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation. Study measures compare the metabolic cell activity of the brain in the conscious and meditative state using the positron emission spectroscopy, the PET. When doing daily activities, high activity is measured in the brain where the third eye is located. And when in the deep state of samadhi, only the third eye region is active and almost 90% of the rest of the brain is active. So let us now get ready to witness the live Sakshi Pramana of the powers of third eye being demonstrated to all of you. I request the slides to start being predicted. Yes. All of you can see I have the medically tested IBAN along with me here. In front is a complete opaque sheet, behind is a thick sponge. There's no possible way of light entering in the sponge. You can see that there's no gap and there's no possible way of light entry. So this is the IBAN I'm going to be placing on Kaladra's eyes. And yes, all of you can see I'm unstrapping it in front of you. Kaladra, are you comfortable? Yes. Yes. Thank you. So I request you to turn to your right, left, up, down. All of you can see there's no gap between the IBAN and her eyes, and there's no possible way of light entering the IBAN. I request the YouTube comments to now be projected. Yes, so all of you can go ahead, post any comments you want in the Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel, and you can throw any challenges, Kaladra. You can post emojis, numbers, letters, paragraphs, words, anything you want in the Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel, and Ma Kaladra will be reading it out live for all. All of you can go ahead, post any comments. Ma Kaladra is eagerly waiting to start reading out all of your comments. You can throw any challenges you want at Ma Kaladra. You can post any number of emojis, random letters, random numbers. Ma Kaladra will be reading it out live. I request the YouTube comments to be refreshed. Yes. So now I'll be reading the comments from Kailasa's JGM Nithyan's comment page on Facebook. So the latest comment is from Shivash Shankar. CHAKUL as posted Om Kailasa and a red color heart emoji with a namaste emoji and a blue color heart. And the previous comment is from Raj Raj and he has posted Swami. I request the comments to be scrolled a little down. I request the latest comments to be projected. I request you.
Yes. So now I'll be reading from YouTube comments.
Makaladra, why don't you go ahead and speak a little louder?
Yes. So I'll be reading the comments from YouTube channel, and my Stephanie DEITERS has posted DONAPHASCIAPHAN and with a smiley emoji.
Wow, beautiful. If all of you saw, my Stephanie has posted random letters together, and Ma Kaladra has fluently read them out, not even with one mistake. Beautiful. That was amazing. Anyone else who is watching now can go ahead and put any comments you want in the Kailasas HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel, and Ma Kaladra will be reading it out live.
Yes, and the next comes also from Master T, and she has posted man MUSSAUCHMALBMACHEN with a heart.
Wow. So all of you saw, Ma Kaladra was able to read all these letters also out fluently. Beautiful. That was an amazing demonstration of the power of third eye. And yes, anyone else who wants to post and who wants to throw any challenge at Ma Kaladra, you can go ahead, post random emojis, numbers, letters, anything you want. Ma Kaladra will be reading it out live, and you can also request for the body scanning and remote vision, which we will be having right after the power of third eye. So you can go ahead, call your family members, friends, call everyone for the power of body scanning and remote vision, which will be manifesting right after this extraordinary Shakti. So all of you can go ahead, continue posting your comments. Okay, that was a beautiful demonstration of the power of third eye. I'm now going to be removing the eye band of Ma Kaladra. All of you can see the eye band is completely intact and there's no gap. Beautiful. So that was an amazing and beautiful demonstration. Let us now move on to the next power, which is the power of body scanning and remote vision. So let us now see the pramanas for the power of body scanning and remote vision. So the Shastra Pramana comes from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. So let us go ahead and listen to it. Swadehe jagato vapi sukshma sukshmatarani cha tattvani yani nilayam dhattvante vyajyate para. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, cognize deeply that from the subtle to the subtlest constitutive principles of your whole body, deha, or of the whole universe, simultaneously consist of the essential realities. They are being absorbed in the source cause, Paramashiva, and by the experience of such restful awareness, one becomes complete from all the thought, and the ultimate universal divine power, Paradevi Adi Shakti, is revealed, and the supreme power manifestation happens. Next is the Apta Pramana, which is from the life of a Siddha named Teriyar. Teriyar was a Siddha and one of the prominent disciples of Agatya. One day, a man suffering from a severe headache comes to Agatya for healing, and Agatya uses the power of body scanning and identifies the root cause of the headache. He reveals that there is a small tere at a frog sitting in the person's brain. Agatya immediately instructs Teriyar, his disciple, to perform an open head surgery and remove the frog. After the surgery is completed successfully, the person is healed and cured of the headache. Thus, the disciple gained the name Periyar. Next is the Atma Pramana from the life of His Divine Holiness Swami. All of you can see how Swamiji went beyond pain and manifested the power of Sushada, and how Swamiji was able to manifest the power of body scanning. Swamiji says, only when I had a multiple compound hand fracture, I was supposed to go for surgery and therefore for medical checkups later. At that time, they detected heavy metal quantity in my different organs, and it was revealed that I had been poisoned without my knowledge. I immediately used diagnostic methods instead of medical facilities to study the body condition due to the poisoning. Through the power of body scanning, I found out what had happened and where the balance had to be done. I used allopathy as a second opinion just to verify my findings. And last is the Sakshi Pramana. All of you can see all the devotees and disciples of Swami who have been initiated into these extraordinary Shaktis are able to manifest just with the grace of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and they have beautifully shared their experience on social media. Let us now see the Shastra Pramana for the power of remote vision. So the Shastra Pramana goes, Vyomakaram swamatmanam dhyaye digbhiranavritam nirashraya chitishaktihi swarupam darshaye tata. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, concentrate and cognize with restful awareness on oneself in the form of a vast etheric space or sky, Vyomakara, which is limitless in any direction whatsoever. Thus, the Chitta Shakti, power of consciousness, freed from all support, reveals and manifests itself as the form of one's essential nature of the self. Next is the Apta Pramana, which is from the Hindu Purana, the Mahabharata. The whole war, the sacred scripture, the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, is narrated to the blind king Dhritarashtra by his trusted charioteer Sanjaya. Sanjaya is initiated into the power of third eye, the Tura Drishti, and the Dura Sriti, the remote vision, and the hearing remote distances by sage Vedavyasa. And it is through Sanjaya's narration that the humanity has received the sacred scripture of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Next is the Atma Pramana, which is from the life of His Divine Holiness Swami. Narayana Swami Tata was one of Swamiji's gurus, and he was well known for being able to scan remote distances at ease. One day, a senior police officer came to Narayana Swami Tata seeking help to find a thief whom they were searching for the last 1 week. And Narayana Swami Tata turned towards His Divine Holiness and asked him to see the whereabouts in the mirror with an Jnananjana and also show the police officer. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism not only saw the whereabouts in the mirror, but also showed the same to the police officer, after which the thief was caught in the same location as revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And last is the Pratyaksha Pramana, the Sakshi Pramana. All of you can see how thousands of disciples have been initiated and have been able to manifest these extraordinary Shaktis, and how few of the disciples have beautifully shared their experience of how they were able to manifest just by the initiation from Swamiji. Beautiful. So let us now witness the live demonstration of this power being manifested by the Balasams of the Nithyananda Guru. So we'll be back with you right after a short break. Till then, go ahead, post any comments and requests you want in the Kailasas HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel, and we will be attending to them. Yes. Let us now extraordinary demonstration of the power of body scanning and remote vision by the Balasams of the Nithyananda Guru. Along with me, I have Maniti Brahmayogananda, and she has been studying in the Nithyananda Gurukul for the past 5.5 years now, and she is going to be demonstrating this extraordinary Shakti to all of you today. Yes. So I request all of you to go ahead, post any comments and requests in the Kailasas SPH Nithyananda YouTube channels for either a body scanning or a remote vision, and we will be immediately attending to it. So anyone who's watching can go ahead and request for a remote vision or a body scanning, and Ma Brahma Yoga and myself will be doing the body scanning and remote vision for you. Please go ahead and start posting. Till then, Ma Brahma Yoga, why don't you go ahead and share your experience? How do you manifest this power of body scanning, and how do you feel manifesting this expansion?
Yeah, I manifest this power of body scanning basically just by connecting with Paramashiva and asking him to show me what is there in the other person's body. That's the only thing which I do to manifest this power. But how he reveals it to me is like it's really interesting. So like I'll close my eyes and I'll say to Shanti, please show me what is in this person's body, and then I'll get an image of a black figure of the body, and then if the person's knee is injured, then his knee will be highlighted. If it's his right knee, then his right knee will be highlighted. And then after that, like it will be highlighted in red color. And then after that, I'll see the problem. And then I'll ask Swamiji, can you please tell the solution for this? And then the picture of the black figure will disappear, and I'll get another image of the solution. If the solution is applying vibhuti, then I'll get an image of vibhuti. Or if it is castor oil, then I'll get castor. Whatever it is, I will get an image of the solution. And another way in which I reveals it to me is if the person is having a headache, for example, I will feel the headache. Or if the person is, if their back is hurting, then I will feel it. So, like, I'll get it through feeling also. So, these are the two ways which Paramashiva reveals it to me. And it's not just like a picture of a body, it is like an actual, it's like a whole 3D colorful live image. It's like when I close my eyes, it's like a 3D TV which I'm seeing and which I'm looking into. So this is how I manifest the power of body.
Wow, beautiful sharing. That was a very beautiful sharing of how Paramashiva shows you the whole thing and how it is just Paramashiva flowing through you and manifesting himself through you. Beautiful. That was a beautiful sharing. And yes, anyone who wants a body scanning or remote vision can go ahead and post in the Kailasas SPH Nithyananda YouTube channel, and we'll gladly be doing the body scanning and remote vision for you. Okay, Spiritual Solutions has requested for a body scanning. Thank you. Yes, Spiritual Solutions, I request you to post your actual name as if it is a personal body scanning. I request you to post your name so Ma Brahma Yoga can start the scan. Okay. Kaushal Patel has requested for a body scanning. Ma Brahma Yoga, you can go ahead and do the body scanning for Kaushal Patel. Ayya. I request the comments to be scrolled down. Ma Sumi Murali has posted. Ma, I am not able to sleep properly. Please heal my BP. Yes, Sumi Murali, ma, definitely will be doing the body scanning for you and healing your BP, ma. And with Swamiji's grace, you will definitely be able to sleep and you'll be completely healed. Okay, Spiritual Solutions has posted. My name is Dominic Walter. Yes, Saya, thank you for posting your name. Surely we'll be doing a body scanning for you. Yes, Ma Brahma Yoga, you can go ahead and repeat.
Yes, so Kaushal Patel Ayya, I did the body scanning for you, and Paramashiva revealed to me that you have a lot of mucus in your body, and also your whole immune system is getting weaker and weaker, and that is your immune system is getting weaker, and because of the toxins you have in your body, that is really weakening your nervous system. And the solution which Paramashiva revealed is you have to immediately start cleansing your body. You have to start doing Panchakriya, you have to start taking Haritaki, and continuously do this intensely, and also follow the Ram Nirahara Samyama. That will help you in the mucus you have in your body, and also if you follow this Ram Nirahara Samyama to be faster for you to cleanse your body. So it's basically being only on fruits and vegetables, especially avoiding dairy products. So follow the Ram Nirahara Samyama and the Panchakriya authentically every day, and you'll see that a lot of improvement is happening in your body, and all the mucus will start going away. And body scanning for you also. And Paramashiva revealed to me that you're having really bad headaches. Like this is the only problem you're having, and it's really bad, and you don't know why is it, like why are you getting the bad headache. So Paramashiva revealed that first thing you're there on the laptop the full day, and also you stress yourself a lot. Even if it's a tiny problem which is coming in front of you, you'll stress yourself a lot and you'll not be able to think of a solution. But still, you'll be like, oh God, I don't know what solution to, like, I don't have any solution. So first thing, reduce the amount of time which are there on the laptop, on the device. And second thing, anytime a problem comes up, before your mind can come, or before you can even think of solution, immediately surrender to Swami and ask, Swami, please give me a solution. Please tell me a way which I can solve this problem. And just close your eyes and wait for 2 minutes. Ask him really intensely, not intensely, pray to him. You will get an answer and you'll see that your headaches will start reducing.
Beautiful. Beautiful. This was for Kaushal Patelaya and Dominic Walter. I request both of you to get back in the chat section. And Sumi Muralima, I did the body scanning for you. Paramashiva revealed it is only the amount of toxins and heat you have in your body that your BP is going up and down, ma. And so you immediately have to start detoxing. Paramashiva is revealing you should do the Nithyananda Nirahara Samyama for 21 days along with intense Panchakriya, and you will really be healed, ma. Paramashiva is showing that just with Nithyananda Nirahara Samyama for 21 days with neem juice and authentic Panchakriya, you will be completely healed from this BP problem. And every day sleep with a wet cloth on your on your stomach, ma. You will be healed. Kaushal Patel Aya has gotten back telling thank you, ma. Yes, thank you, Aya, for getting back. Anup K has posted, ma, can you please heal the mango tree in my native home? It is not regenerating from last year after we cut its branches. Yes, Aya, surely will be healing your mango tree.
Yes, so Paramashiva revealed to me that the reason as to why your mango tree is not regenerating is because of the toxins which are there in the air, and also because your plant is not getting enough of water and nutrition. First thing, you have to start taking care of your plant properly. And second thing, continuously let the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, play outside, like just near the tree. And also plant a banyan tree. Just if it's not, even though it's not right next to the mango tree, it's fine. But in that area around the mango tree, and you'll see that your mango tree will automatically start regenerating, and also it will be much more healthier than how it was
before. Yes, thank you, Ma Brahmayoga. Anup K.I., I request you to get back in the chat section, and Ma Sumi Murali, I request you to get back. Spiritual Solution has gotten back telling thank you, Ma, but I do not really have any headache. Other things you were saying is pretty accurate, like feeling overwhelmed of confusion and mind. Thank you. Yes, Aya, thank you for getting back in the chat section. And just follow what Paramashiva is saying. And any other side effects or any other problems you're having in your body will be completely healed just with the solution which Paramashiva gave. Yes, that was beautiful. Anyone else who wants a body scanning or a remote vision, please go ahead. Post comments in the Kailasas SPH Nithyananda YouTube channel, and we'll be doing the scanning for all of you. Yes. Anup K. Aya has gotten back saying, thank you, Ma. About the water, we have been watering it and it's raining also. I will try keeping a banyan tree in the pot under it. Yes, Aya, that is beautiful. And actually, even when I was doing the scanning, Aya, Paramashiva revealed, even though there's enough water, it is not getting enough nutrients, and that has to be supplied to the tree. And Paramashiva revealed what you can do is just take more than anything. Paramashiva is revealing to also plant a tulsi plant right next to the tree. Tulsi plant. And just with the tulsi plant, your tree will actually start growing because the air around itself will get purified with this tulsi plant. And every day, any even little puja water which you are offering in Abhishekam or your puja, just take it and sprinkle it on the tree, on the roots, and you on the bottom of the tree, and you will be completely healed. And sorry, the tree will be completely healed. And Mahagovinda Rupa Nanda has posted, can I have a body scanning? Yes, yes, for surely you can have a body scanning. Ma Brahmayoga is doing the body scanning for you currently.
Yes, so Manitya Mahagovinda Rupini Nanda, Paramashiva revealed to me that the position which you're sleeping in the night time is not right. Your body is not in the right position, and because of that, your whole shoulder area and your neck area, the nerves over there are really pulling. It's really troubling you. You're not able to sit properly, and you continuously have to do exercise for it not to pain a lot. So Paramashiva revealed that you should start sleeping straight on your back, like this, straight like that, and also start try sitting on the floor as much as you can during the day. You have to stop sitting on the chair and start sitting on the floor as much as you can. When you start following these two suggestions, you'll see that your whole back pain will completely go away. And also, you when you sit on the floor, it will help you, and not only for the back pain, but also your whole body will become more. It will become used to the floor, and you'll be able to do many things, and also it will help you in getting a really yogic body.
Yes, that is a beautiful scanning. And Ma Mahagovinda Rupa Paramashiva also revealed one more thing, that in your lower back around your hip region, there's actually a slight swelling and pain which you're experiencing because of your muscles. They're not getting exercise enough, and suddenly, like from past few days, you've been they're getting very strained. So there's a slight swelling and pain which you've been experiencing. Paramashiva revealed that you have to start doing more yoga and start walking around more, so that your body can get healed. Paramashiva also revealed that you've been sitting in too much of polluted air. So you need some fresh air and to regenerate your whole body every day. So in the morning around 6 o'clock or like early morning, 5 o'clock, just sit for 15 minutes in the sun and regenerate your whole body. Just be absorbed in Paramashiva, chant the Mahavakya, and regenerate your whole body by sitting under the sun, and all these problems will be healed. Yes, so Ma Mahagovinda Rupini, I request you to get back in the chat section. Okay, and as all of us know from past few days, Bhagwan Sundareshwara Paramashiva has been coming day and night and gracing us, blessing us, acknowledging us, and answering our questions, giving us boons, granting us our wishes. And all of you can take this opportunity. Any questions you have, and anywhere you are feeling stuck, anywhere you need help, you can go ahead and ask Paramashiva, Sundareshwara Paramashiva, and you can get your questions answered. And yes, Ma Mahagovinda Rupini has posted and gotten back telling, thank you so much. Yes, Ma, thank you so much for joining us in this segment. And you can just follow Paramashiva's solution authentically, and you will be completely healed from whatever problem you are facing. Maha Govinda Rupini has posted, I feel that I do not have enough strength in my back. Can you scan my stomach and kidney? Yes, Ma Brahma Yoga, you can go ahead and do the body scanning for Maha Govinda Rupini for her stomach and kidneys. Yes. And all of you who want to manifest these extraordinary Shaktis, you feel like you can also manifest just with an initiation from Swamiji. All of you can join the Paramashivoham program, which is a 16-day program where you will be led into guided power manifestation. So be understanding the science of power manifestation and how you can manifest. And it's not some 50 years of tapas you have to do, 50 years of penance you have to do to be able to manifest these powers. These seconds, Swamiji can initiate all of us into these Shaktis, and all of you can also manifest it. Understand that this demonstration is just for all of you to understand that this is a possibility for everyone. So all of you can also manifest these extraordinary Shaktis, and there's a Paramashivoham, a 16-day Paramashivoham program going on, and you will be led into guided power manifestation sessions completely free of cost. Anyone who wants to manifest these extraordinary Shaktis, go ahead, join this program, and you will be led into these extraordinary Shaktis.
Yes, so Maha Govinda Rupini Nanda, I did the body scanning for you, and Parmashiva revealed to me that the only solution for your stomach and kidneys is castor oil with warm water. Take at least 1 tablespoon of castor oil with 1 to 2 cups of warm water, empty stomach in the morning, and that will be that is the only solution for you, and that will really help you in cleaning your stomach and kidneys. And not only will it help you for your stomach and kidneys, but you can detoxify your whole body, and you'll detoxify your whole body, and you'll feel really rejuvenated and active throughout the day. You taking this like 1 tablespoon of castor oil will actually help you in being active throughout the day. You yourself will be surprised. Like, how is it helping me? How am I suddenly feeling so active throughout the day? But it will actually help you in feeling active throughout the day, and you'll start experiencing so many breakthroughs just because your stomach is clean and your whole body is free from toxins. So without mistake, castor oil every day with 1 or 2 cups of warm water. Yes, it will be a little bitter at that time, but you'll see that the effect it has is worth it. And yes, so this is what Parmeshwar revealed to me for your stomach and kidneys.
Beautiful. That is amazing body scanning. Maha Govinda Rupini has posted. The answer was too fast for me because I do not understand everything. I listen to your answers again and implement it. Thank you. Yes, Ma, thank you for getting back. So Paramashiva has revealed through the third eye, and you will be completely healed from any problems you are facing. And with this, we thank all of you for joining us in this power manifestation session. We are now going to be concluding, and please stay tuned for the upcoming segments where all of you will be learning so much more about Devi Parashakti, what are the Akashic readings, and much more. With this, we thank all of you for joining us. Thank you, Nithyananda.
most easiest, most powerful, most inspiring, most exciting way to connect with life as the form of mother. Navaratri is the time to connect with Cosmos as mother. Celebrate Cosmic Mother. These 9 days we worship Mother, worshipping Divine Feminine. There are some gods, 9 unknown gods. The moment you call, they will be there. Venkateshwara, Balaji. I tell you, people give so much for Venkateshwara because he does the job. He is the 9 unknown god. There is a village folk story where Venkateshwara borrows from Kubera for his marriage and he is still paying the debt. Venkateshwara takes the responsibility of reserve to reserve. This whole story, beautiful story of Venkatesh is an amazing concept. He is making Yaksha into Lakshmi. He is making the reserve to reserve. It's an amazing truth.
Here is Australia, Kailasa. How can I be so lucky and have a happy life in Kailasa? It's a long story. My name is Li Qi. My guru, Her Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Since I was very little, I already wonder what life for. I really want to know the result, the reason. A long time ago, I think if I earn enough money, I will be very happy person, and then life is for happy. I tried to earn money, and then I'm really rich, but money didn't give me happy. Then I tried to get the happy life in romantic love. Then the really romantic love take me go lots of places. Too many stories during this time. But I still don't feel I get the result, get the life reason. Then I start study from book, from video, from religion in many different ways. And when I study Buddha, that time I really appreciate Buddha gives so much intelligence to me about life. But I don't think study is enough for me. I want to be Buddha. But I don't know how. Who can let me get there? One day I find the video in YouTube, introduce Swamiji in that video. I suddenly, my eyes open wide. I get it. He must be my guru. I can get there. He can let me get what I want to know, and he can take me home. real home. This kind of feeling, then I start study from Nithyananda Sangha. One day, Swami Jisasang said he need people devote land, home, money to build up Kailasa. Then I discussed with my husband the whole farm to Nithyananda. That time, because both of us believe help Swamiji means help whole world. It's a big decision, but we just discussed so short time already. Decide. I really appreciate my husband love me so much and believe me, trust Swamiji so much. Soon here will be big temple, Gurukul, Goshena, and library. Introduce this my story to you, just me. Don't give up any chance to be founding father of Kailasa. It's the best thing you can do in your life.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within the next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being Paramashivoham. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashivoham will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good, literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become e-Kailashians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
E-Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest react, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. E-Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you and make you interested in enlightenment science. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by the word E-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is E-Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution.
setting model community. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Peethas all over the world.
All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happen. It's a fundamental truth.
Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystems. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. You will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together. There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Otherworldly but definitive sign manifesting the cosmic being Archavatara deities in Nijavatara living incarnations is fasting. Understand? Kriyapada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara deities and Nijavatara living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you. You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But the Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
most easiest, most powerful, most inspiring, most exciting way to connect with life as the form of mother. Navaratri is the time to connect with Cosmos as mother. Celebrate Cosmic Mother. This 9 days we worship Mother, worshipping Divine Feminine.
Yadumadi Nindrai Kali, Om Kali, Om Shakti, Om Kali, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti.
There are some gods, 9 unknown gods. The moment you call, they will be there. Venkateshwara, Balaji. I tell you, people give so much for Venkateshwara because he does the job. He is the 9 unknown god. There is a village folk story where Venkateshwara borrows from for his marriage and he is still paying the debt. Venkateshwara takes the responsibility of reserve sir. This whole story, beautiful story of Venkateshwara is an amazing concept. He is making Yaksha into Lakshmi. He is making the reserve to reserve. It's an amazing truth.
Here is Australia, Kailasa. How can I be so lucky and have a happy life in Kailasa? It's a long story. My name is Li Qi. My guru is His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Since I was very little, I already wonder what life for. I really want to know the result, the reason. A long time ago, I think if I earn enough money, I will be very happy person, and then life is for happy. I tried to earn money, and then I really rich, but money didn't give me happy. Then I tried to get the happy life in romantic love. Then the really romantic love take me go lots of places. Too many stories during this time. But I still don't feel I get the result, get the life reason. Then I start study from book, from video, from religion in many different ways. And when I study Buddha, that time I really appreciate Buddha gives so much intelligence to me about life. But I don't think study is enough for me. I want to be Buddha. But I don't know how. Who can let me get there? One day I found the video in YouTube, introduce Swamiji in that video. I suddenly, my eyes open wide. I get it. He must be my guru. I can get there. He can let me get what I want to know, and he can take me home. real home. This kind of feeling, then I start study from Nithyananda Sangha. One day, Swamiji Satsang said he need people devote land, home, money to build up Kailasa. Then I discussed with my husband, decide to give the whole farm to Nithyananda. That time, because both of us believe help Swamiji means help whole world. It's big, we just discussed so short time already. Decide. I really appreciate my husband love me so much and believe me, trust Swamiji so much. Soon here will be big temple, Gurukul, Goshena, and library. Introduce this my story to you, just me. Don't give up any chance to be founding father of Kailasa. It's best thing you can do in your life.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being Paramashivoham. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashivoham will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Now let us enter into this next segment where we apologize for the delay in the program. So now let us enter into the next segment where we will understand some of the sacred revelations made by Devi Parashakti. So as all of us know, Devi Parashakti has been continuously guiding us and blessing us throughout this whole pralaya in order to heal, guide, and protect us during this time. So now let us look at some of the revelations made by Devi Parashakti. let us enter into the segment and understand what Devi Parashakti has revealed about the rising sea levels and how we will be facing the cascading effects of climate change. So, in the Guru Padaka Stotram, proposed by Adi Shankaracharya, the very first verse describes how the Guru Padakas, the sacred feet of the Guru, is a boat that helps us cross the Ananta Samsara Samudra, the seemingly endless ocean of samsara or suffering. And in this verse, Shankaracharya describes salutations to the sandals of my Guru, which is a boat which helps me cross the endless ocean of life, which endows me with a sense of devotion to my Guru, and by worship of which I attain the dominion of renunciation. Many of us have been feeling stuck in the same stormy and raging ocean, being unable to navigate ourselves and lost in the overwhelming vastness and suffering that surrounds us during this pralaya, the great deluge. Our loved ones are dying due to the pandemic. Our homes are being destroyed due to natural disasters. Social institutions are crumbling, and the whole of humanity is in a desperate and dire need of hope. It is at this time that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the incarnation of the cosmic superconsciousness, out of his love and compassion, having taken the spiritual responsibility for the superconscious breakthrough of the whole of humanity, is manifesting Devi Parashakti, the cosmic mother, in guiding and healing the whole world as literally the boat that sails us through the pralaya, the cosmic deluge. Devi Parashakti is herself manifesting through the Drishavatara and answering each and every one of our prayers, granting boons, healing us, manifesting miracles, removing all of our pain and suffering. And Devi has not just attended to us individually, but also as a humanity at large. And Devi Parashakti has guided the whole of humanity in the form of revelations of profound sacred secrets of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and by showing us the future regarding global issues, the COVID pandemic, natural disasters such as fires, floods, and more, and even the twisted human conspiracies and underground wars, which have not surfaced to common knowledge as yet. So in this segment, we will be elaborating on the statistical, scientific, and scriptural references of each sacred revelation, which has manifested precisely as the same guidance emerged from Devi Parashakti, for us to imbibe deeply and to start following as Devi Parashakti continues to protect us until the storm ends and we are safely harbored at the shores of our consciousness. So now, let us look at what Devi Parashakti has revealed about sea levels rising and about the cascading effects of climate change, revealed on the 19th of May, 2021. So, translation of Devi Parashakti's revelations. You are asking which country is safe to escape from the Third World War. Listen to everything which is said. War in the Middle East, deadly corona in India, and rising sea levels. Protection from all these three is one and only Kailasa. Only it is good for life. If possible, come and reach. Om, om, om. On the 19th of May, 2021, while answering the prayer of one of the devotees, Devi Parashakti, manifesting through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, warned about the sea levels rising and the cascading effects of climate change crisis on humanity. Exactly as Devi Parashakti revealed the very next day, on the 20th of May, 2021, the biggest iceberg, which was 70 times the size of Manhattan, broke and posed a huge threat to humanity, causing sea levels to rise. Let us now see the scientific articles about sea levels rising as per Devi's revelation. So yes, here's the article in this newspaper, which states that the world's largest iceberg just broke off the Antarctic ice shelf. This was exactly one day after Devi Parashakti's revelation, and this iceberg covers more than 1,600 square miles, and it's the largest iceberg in the world. And this was exactly one day after the Devi Parashakti's revelation. So let us understand a little bit more about sea levels rising. As many of us have been hearing over the last several decades about global warming, about the climate change crisis, about how sea levels will be rising, we may not have considered how it could be in the very near future, how it could be directly affecting us. And no one would have expected that immediately after Devi Parashakti's revelation, we would see this manifesting in our reality. As we've been warned about this for years, but it was only after Devi Parashakti warned that we saw immediately how it manifested. And let us understand a little bit more about sea levels rising and what we can expect in the future as well. According to current research, even under the most modest scenarios, scientists expect that sea levels rising will affect the Earth's coastline significantly in the coming centuries. And here you can see in this graph, even if the CO2 emissions are curbed to completely zero in the coming years, we will still see sea levels rising up, the coastlines being affected up to 1 meter, even if it goes to zero. And if the CO2 emissions continue at the high rate that they are right now, we will see that the coastlines will be affected and the sea levels will rise up to 5 meters. You can see how in the next few hundred years, we'll see how drastically our very direct reality, how drastically the coastlines will be affected and since the 1880s, in some ocean basins, sea levels have risen as much as 6 to 8 inches, that's 15 to 20 centimeters. And this is since the start of the satellite record in 1993. And according to NASA, the sea levels will rise between 1 to 8 feet by 2100. So in the next 80 years, we will be seeing such a drastic rise in the sea levels up to 8 feet we could be seeing if we are going at the current rate that we are right now. And many of us may be feeling that we might not be affected, our families may not be affected by this, but in the United States alone, almost 40% of the population lives in relatively high population coastal areas, and globally, 8 of the world's 10 largest cities are near a coast, according to the UN Atlas of the Ocean. So as sea levels rise, we will continue to see the direct effects in coastal communities, but even as it continues to rise, we will be seeing the effects in communities living more inland. And many communities will experience the direct effects of the sea levels rising and the damage to their homes, their livelihood, and much more as we see the sea levels rising, the coastlines changing, and more destructive storm surges. And as we said, more communities inland will also be experiencing these effects. Nuisance flooding, which has increased over the last 50 years up to 900%. And Higher background water levels means that deadly and destructive storm surges, such as those associated with Hurricane Katrina, Superstorm Sandy, and Hurricane Michael, pushed further inland than they once did. And higher sea levels also means more frequent high tide flooding, sometimes called nuisance flooding. So, not only the communities that are directly living around the coastline, but even communities that are living more inland will be affected as we see more destructive storm surges and higher uh, uh, nuisance flooding, high tide flooding, which will be affecting more and more communities that as we see sea levels rising. So let us understand a little bit more about what is the cause of sea levels rising. As most of us know, it is global warming, and this happens in two ways. First is that glaciers and ice sheets worldwide are melting and adding water to the ocean. And second, the volume of the ocean is expanding as the water warms. So as water warms, it expands, and of course, as the entire world is warming, the ocean is also warming and it is expanding. And a third, but much smaller contributor to sea levels rising is the decline in the amount of liquid water on land. So in aquifers, lakes, and reservoirs, rivers, soil, and soil moisture, that land is shifting from, that water is shifting from land to the ocean. And this shift of liquid water from land to ocean is due largely to groundwater pumping. And of course, most of the global warming and climate change by human activity, as many of us have heard over the last several decades. And here is a perfect example of how we are seeing the immediate effects of global warming. In 1917, the Fetterson Glacier was fully formed. You can see the left side photo, the glacier that is fully formed. And then on the right, in 2005, the glacier has almost fully melted and is almost looking like a grassland. This is in less than 100 years. So in one lifetime of a person, we are seeing that the entire glacier is almost fully melted. The peak of global sea ice, the sea level rise has more than doubled from 1.4 millimeters per year throughout most of the 20th century to 3.6 millimeters per year from 2006 to 2015. So in most of the 20th century, it was pretty stabilized, the levels of the sea levels rising. However, in the last 2 decades, we've seen that it has drastically increased. It has doubled, more than doubled in the last 2 decades. Just between 2006 and 2015, in just one decade, we've seen how much it has increased. And the ice law, and this is, of course, due to human activity, whether it's the meat industry, the transportation industry, and any of the industrialization, which has caused so much of damage to the Mother Earth and to has caused so much of increase in emissions and has caused this whole uh, climate change crisis to be in a very dire situation now. And as we know, we are seeing many of these effects now. And in Greenland, the ice loss, just to give another example of how much the world is being affected by this climate change crisis and by global warming. In Greenland, the ice loss was between around 34 billion tons per year between 1992 to 2001. But between 2012 and 2016, it increased to 247 billion tons per year. So in just a little over than a decade, it has increased 8 times, almost 8 times as much in just a little over a decade. You can see how much, if this much, we're seeing ice being lost in just over a decade. You can see how much the how much the coastlines will be rising and how much global warming is affecting us directly. And on August 2021, the UN published a code red warning of worsening global warming and rising sea levels. So this was a few months after Devi Parashakti had revealed about sea levels rising, and had warned that we will be seeing the effects of climate change in our very direct reality. We'll be experiencing this. We saw that a few months later, the UN also warned um, about the global climate change crisis. And fortunately, many of us had already expected this coming, as Devi Parashakti had already warned us. And in the Associated Press, it was reported that the UN has described that some harm from climate change, including the dwindling ice sheets, rising sea levels, and the changes in the oceans as they lose oxygen and become more acidic, is irreversible for centuries to millennia. And unfortunately, the world is locked into 15 to 30 centimeters. That's 6 to 12 inches of sea levels rising by the mid-century. And even if we are able to significantly curb emissions in the coming decade, more than a third of the world's remaining glaciers will melt before the year 2100. And when it comes to sea ice, 95% of the oldest and thickest ice is in the Arctic is already gone. So we've all as Devi Parashakti reveals, we will continue to see the effects of global warming, sea levels rising, and overall effects of climate change as we see more and more glaciers melting due to this climate change crisis. And of course, many of us may, despite hearing this, and we've been hearing this for years, we may not be understanding how it will be affecting our direct reality. We may feel it is something distant from us, and that it may not be affecting us directly. But we've seen over the last several months, as Devi Parashakti had warned us about sea levels rising, about climate change, and about the effects of all of this, and needing protection from all this. We've seen how so many communities around the world have been affected by the by natural calamities, by this climate change crisis. In Germany, we've seen that the floods devastated the country, and in one report, it says more than 150 people are still missing in these German floods and are unfortunately unlikely to be found. And we've seen these floods all across the world, in China, in Germany, in India, in Maharashtra, in India, most recently in the US. And we may not associate it immediately, but it is an effect of this climate change crisis. And in science, it was reported that Europe's deadly floods leave even scientists stunned. Even scientists had never expected how badly these floods would, how deadly these floods would be. And unfortunately, Devi Parashakti had revealed this already, and we had been, for those of us who were fortunate enough to listen to Devi Parashakti's revelations, we knew that this would be coming in the near future, and we've already been seeing the cascading effects of climate change crisis and sea levels rising. And in one report, it stated that the climate crisis has made deadly German floods up to 9 times more likely. Unfortunately, as we've seen in this segment, that modern science does not have a way to reverse the damage that has already been done. At best, they are a curb the emissions, curb the ongoing damage, but there is no method for reversing the damage as per modern science. There's only Hinduism and the Supreme Concept of Hinduism that have revealed the science behind healing the Mother Earth. We can go back to the previous video. So it is only the Supreme Concept of Hinduism who has revealed about how we can actually reverse the damage that we've done to Mother Earth, how we can heal Mother Earth through through non-violence, through connecting with Earth for oneness. We can actually reverse the damage and heal Bhumata. And the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has revealed that that Mother Earth, that Bhumata, will actually respond to you when you are able to relate with her with non-violence through oneness. She actually will respond to you. So let us hear and understand exactly how Mother Earth can respond to you.
The human beings have become so distanced from the real life, are ready to explore things. We become so far away from, at least I can tell you from my experience, village boy. When I was 5 or 6, I opened all the alarm clocks in my house and I'll set it back, put it back. I don't see all that in the modern day kids. It's all about that stupid cell phone. Involvement with the reality has drastically reduced. Our whole life is nothing but the screen. Whether your love, your relationships, even your sex, everything is limited to that screen. Am I right? Almost. No, almost. Everything has been reduced to that screen. Involvement with the reality has drastically come down. It is so unfortunate, especially the food, the plastic food dumped into your system. See, all the things which you eat, none of them have life. They are all not grown from life. My guru used to tell, please walk without chappal or covering your feet. Whatever grows in that land, eat, because Mother Earth records when you walk without shoes what all the ingredients are missing in your body. She records what you need for your body, nutrients or vitamins, whatever. Whatever is missing in your body, she produces in that food which grows in that land. And eat that and live. It is too mind-boggling concept. I tell you, only after I started doing it, I realized you don't need any external medicine if you know to live with the nature. Mother Earth, Bhumata, walk on the earth without shoes. In that land, what grows will supply exactly what you need for your body. Looks too difficult to believe. But after I started doing that, I realized it. Your body does not need any other medicine, anything else. Actually, maybe 2 years before, due to these continuous classes, day and night, and in the night time, the web-based programs for the outside India, all these, my whole eating habits have gone chaos, and no question of rest. It became like a too much on the system. So I had some stomach issues. I remembered my guru telling this, walk on the earth and what grows eat. So I started walking without chappal for a few days. Suddenly I saw in my courtyard a new plant coming up, no seed, nothing, just coming up. I was wondering what is going on. How come suddenly, between the rocks, new plant coming up. And one of the devotee Ayurvedic doctor, he said, Swamiji, if you can get this plant and add it in your food, your stomach will be completely healed. I said, where to get? When he walked into the courtyard, he said, this is the plant. This is the plant. Throughout the campus we searched, we did not find another one. Nobody knows from where the seed has come, from where the plant has come. Understand, it is not that just for me miraculously nature is doing. It is the nature's life. I was ready to play with it, so she showed the miracles to me. Anybody willing to play with her, she shows her miracles to you. Nature is miraculous. If you are ready to play, she shows it. She demonstrates her love, her care. If we go back to the food with life, our life also will start more interacting, more alive, more vibrant, more overflowing.
We've seen how Bhumata, when we are able to relate with her, when we are able to connect with her, she will literally respond to us. And she is an intelligence, she's a consciousness, and she has the ability to heal herself through oneness. So now let us understand a little bit more about what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revealed about nonviolence as the grand narrative of Hinduism. There's only through nonviolence that you can connect with oneness, through oneness, and to experience that oneness with Bhumata. So let us hear a little bit more about the grand narrative of Hinduism, Ahimsa.
We often believe that exacting revenge is a form of emotional release and that getting retribution will help us feel better. Especially this modern day cinema, entertainment industry, cult brainwashes you. The act of revenge as a way of gaining closure after a wrong is done. No! I tell you the truth, revenge has the opposite effect. Revenge is like a korangu sorinjikra mari, ari padangadu. Tamil, they say that monkey feeling itching and scratching itself is never going to settle down. Till that monkey dies, it will not settle down because it will create a wound and it will not keep quiet with that wound. That same wound it will scratch more and more. And it will be more infection. Finally, the monkey will die. Korangu sorinjikittadum, nama violence la vidaradum onnu. Understand? Mass media, cult, entertainment industry, TV and cinema, cult is brainwashing you, telling that revenge is heroism, violence is heroism. No, it is not. Non-violence is heroism. I tell you, in every level, non-violence as a strategy. Because you see, non-violence makes you realize more and more oneness. It strengthens the oneness. Oneness strengthens the non-violence, and non-violence strengthens the oneness. You need to understand the context. Only then you will understand how this non-violence can be a successful strategy. If you miss one or two components and do it out of wrong context, it will become a mess. It will become a laziness and non-involvement. Laziness and non-involvement is not non-violence. Don't use non-violence brand and tag to justify your non-involvement and laziness. No. That's what Arjuna was trying to do in the Arjuna Vishada Yoga. He was telling Krishna, oh, why should I kill people? Why should I kill people? Let me go away and become a sannyasi. Oh, Dubukke, this fellow, when he went to do tapas in the forest also, he got married to a girl. Every time this fellow goes for tapas, whether he brings boons or not, he brings girls. Alright, no disrespect to Arjuna, is incarnation of Nara and Narayana. So no disrespect to Arjuna. Non-violence should not be misconstrued or should not be used to portray your non-involvement and laziness, tiredness and boredom. Hinduism is actively enriched. World will become great place. Not only we are a non-violent tradition, we believe in consciousness. We have the science of consciousness, raising the quality of the humanity. We believe in it, we spread it, we live it. We be, live, believe. Let us all understand non-violence needs to be actively lived, be lived, believed, and actively enriched. Actively enriched. All I wanted all of you to know what Hindus miss, Sri Kailasa should do Tyaga, to tell the world actively, enrich the world actively about Hinduism. Ahimsa paramo dharmaha. Ahimsa is the highest value as per Hinduism. Ahimsa paramo dharmaha. That is the grand narrative of Hinduism. Non-violence is the grand narrative of Hinduism. We need to tell that grand narrative to the whole world. Actively. Actively we need to tell that grand narrative to the whole world. Ahimsa paramo dharmaha. Tyaga. Non-violence. Unclutching. All these are not inactive, tamasic, inertia, lazy, tired, bored, withdrawn lifestyle. Non-violence means not only you will be non-violent, ahimsa, established in ahimsa, you will actively practice ahimsa and enrich everyone to live ahimsa. You will create an ecosystem where ahimsa can be practiced with integrity. Understand? All the infrastructures needed to keep the non-violence ahimsa alive. Media. Media is the non-violent way of reaching out to people and telling the real truths and facts. Like media, education mechanisms.
everything should be actively filled with the truths, ideas about non-violence, yaga, spiritual strength, powerful cognitions, all these great truths. Listen. Again and again and again, many are trying to harass me through the social media and all other way, saying that, oh, you are teaching constantly non-violence, ahimsa, peace. Don't you see you are making Hindus weaker and weaker? Understand? If Hindus listen to what I am saying sincerely, they will understand, trying to make them really stronger. Understand? Strength is intelligent way of existing.
As the Supreme Concept reveals, non-violence is the grand narrative of Hinduism. It is only through non-violence that we can connect with Mother Nature, that we can experience the feelings of Mother Nature and Bhumata. And if you want to learn how to connect with Mother Nature, how to feel Mother Nature, you can visit kailasa.org, become an e-Kailasan, avail all the benefits that Hinduism has to offer to the world, that the supreme concept of Hinduism has been contributing to humanity over the last 3 decades. You can learn more about all of this on kailasa.org and become an e-Kailasan. You can also visit nithyanandapedia.org and learn more about the various teachings of the supreme concept of Hinduism from Hinduism itself. So with this, we'll be concluding this portion of the segment, and we'll be moving into the next segment, which is the offering segment. So as we know, as the Supreme Constitution reveals, it is only when we connect with the cosmos, connect with the Bhumata, we connect through oneness, that we can experience the direct benefits. And it's now through this offering segment, that is exactly what you'll have the opportunity to do. To connect with the cosmos, to connect with the divine, connect with Devi Parashakti, the divine cosmic mother herself. So in this segment, now that we'll be entering into, we will understand some of the various offerings that we can make to Devi Parashakti. And these offerings are not made out of fear or out of any greed. It's not that you will get something just because you offer, or that you'll be denied something if you don't offer, but out of yes. So here's the thing. Sorry for the technical glitch. As I was saying, it is not that any of these offerings are made out of any fear that you will lose something if you don't offer, or that Devi will not continue to bless you if you do not offer. Devi and Swamiji are continuously showering their blessings upon you. And that is exactly why the Supreme Constitution has manifested Devi Parashakti to answer all of your prayers, and to heal and bless you continuously. But it is only when you decide to open up your being will you be able to receive all of the energy of Devi Parashakti. Will you be able to receive all the blessings of Devi Parashakti. So through this offering technique, this is exactly what you will be doing. You will be opening up your being to receive more and more. When you give something, when you offer something, you open yourself up to receive more and more. And so through these offerings, you will be opening up your being to receive all of the blessings and grace of Devi Parashakti. And as we get ready to enter into the segment, you can take a few moments to actually join as a member of the Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. So this is one of the ways that you can connect with Devi Parashakti is through Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. And of course, we've seen all of you have seen through the last several months, Devi has been continuously attending directly to individuals, continuously blessing individuals. So if you too want to receive the direct blessings of Devi Parashakti, you can ask your questions directly to Devi through the comment section in the YouTube channel. So it's a very simple process to do this. You simply have to join as a member of Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. You have joined, you can ask your questions in the comment section of the YouTube video, of the live video. So yes, now let us enter into this segment and understand how we can connect with Devi Parashakti more deeply. So Devi Parashakti is the complete completion, manifestation of both the masculine and feminine consciousness. And both consciousness have to be expressed equally by every human being to be enlightened. Until the enlightenment, only the masculine dimension expresses more than the feminine dimension, irrespective of whether you are in the male or in the female body. Every human being has to complete with these five dimensions to achieve enlightenment. The first is the Pitrus or the ancestors, the Kula Devatas, the family deities. Third is the parents. Fourth is nature, and fifth, ultimately, is Guru, who will be bestowing in the enlightenment experience upon us. And incompletions are life, negative, and adharmic cognitions, the five dimensions that lead to misconstrued sadhana and karya, the cause and effect. And this further leads to suffering and pain and calamities in the individual, personal, and global collective levels. Being sensitive is being aware and in gratitude to life for everything that we have, from the air that we breathe, to the place that we sit, to the feeling that we exist, to the energy to celebrate our existence. And 43 energies constitute our human body. When all 43 are integrated in Dharma, one becomes enlightened. Dharma is the cosmic motherly completion and sensitivity from the level of the Panchabhutas. That is the core principle of Hinduism. Awakening the sacred feminine is the key to enlightenment. When awakened, man expresses the sacred feminine consciousness. He becomes a great revered leader. When awakened woman expresses the sacred feminine consciousness, she becomes Devi, the cosmic mother, expressing all of the powers. And the key to awaken the sacred feminine consciousness is through conscious sovereignty. Out of millions of paths, the easiest, most sweetest, most beautiful path to enlightenment is connecting with the cosmos as mother, Devi Parashakti, the cosmic feminine consciousness. Devi is the one who expresses as Guru all the gods and all the manifestations in this universe. She can straight away deliver enlightenment by connecting to the cosmic umbilical cord. And an offering is not to benefit the divine, but to close our gap with the divine. And when we achieve completion with the Divine Mother, her infinite powers with her sweet grace start nourishing all of our dimensions through the cosmic umbilical cord. There's nothing too small or too big you can offer to the Divine Mother. It just has to be from the space of pure love, of a child offering something to its mother out of its love, devotion, and gratitude to the mother. And it can be anything from a cup of milk to a flower or to a precious jewel to adorn her smiling face or her beautiful hair. And the Vedic rishis have clearly stated that the technique to connect with the sacred feminine consciousness is to awaken the same qualities in us. One can connect with the feminine, with Paramashiva through oneness, but with the divine cosmic mother is only by worshipping her feet with devotion. So when you connect with the divine feminine consciousness, you will experience that same energy in you. You will experience that divine feminine consciousness in you. And mother worship is the most peace-centered, most healing, soothing, and sweetest path to enlightenment among all traditions on planet Earth. Worshipping mother includes contemplating and meditating through sacred offerings of mantras and oblations at her feet. And as we said, mother worship is the most non-violent path to enlightenment. So why the divine feminine? Because she is the ultimate, and she can make you experience the ultimate. It is through worshiping the cosmic mother that we too can experience the divine feminine consciousness in us, and that we can also experience the ultimate state of enlightenment. And in this verse, Devi Parashakti declares herself as all the gods and goddesses and describes herself. Let us look at the translation of this verse. I walk as the 11 Rudras. I walk as the Vasus. I walk as Vishnu and other Adityas, and all the divine forms, the Vishvadevas, assuming the form of the inner self of all the gods. I hold aloft Mitra and Varuna, even as Indra and Agni I do, and the Ashwini too. This is from the Devi system in the Rig Veda. And it continues on. Ekadasha Rudras, Maharudra, Ashtavasus, Dvadasha Dityas, Vishvadevata, all of them are my retinue. I move around in my various forms with them as my retinue. I protect all of them, including Mitra, Varuna, Indra, Agni, and the Ashwini Devatas. Devi, in this verse, declares herself as the inner self of all the gods, the divine energies. She is all pervading and all permeating. When we connect with Devi Parashakti, when we connect with the divine cosmic mother, we will awaken that same consciousness, the divine feminine consciousness in us, and experience the ultimate state of enlightenment. So in this segment, let us see how we can connect with Devi Parashakti through these various offerings. So the first offering that you can make is the E20 offering. This is a general donation, and this can be very easily done through the super chat and super sticker option on the YouTube channel, on the YouTube page, in the live comment. And this is a very simple offering that you might find in any temple that you go to. You will offer just a few dollars and they wouldn't be, just out of your gratitude, out of your love, just say thank you to the divine for happening in your life. And in this verse, it describes that Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion, and she removes all fears. When you worship Devi through true devotion, if there is any fear in your mind, Devi is sure to remove that fear. It is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn. This is not the autumn this season, but rather the autumn of our lives when our thoughts turn inward and the role of the divine becomes much more prominent in our lives. And the need for Devi worship becomes much stronger. And Devi is described as the one who bestows happiness on all of her devotees. So you can offer your gratitude and devotion to Devi Parashakti by offering your kanika, and your name shall be chanted during the puja of Devi Parashakti. Next offering is the Sankalpa chanting, the offering of a conscious resolution. So before you start any endeavor, before you do anything, you always want to make sure that you set a conscious resolution, a conscious intention for exactly what it is you want to manifest. And when you offer that conscious resolution, that intention to the feet of Devi Parashakti manifesting through the Nijavatara of the Supreme Conscious Resolution, you will be blessed with all of the energy, exactly what it is you want in your life. You will be blessed with the overflowing energy of Devi Parashakti to manifest your reality. And in the Saundarya Lahari, it describes the best way, the best context to worship Devi Parashakti. Let the mantras I chant with the sacrifice of my soul become chanting of your name. Let all my movements become auspicious mantras. Let my travel become perambulation around you. Let the act of eating and drinking become fire offerings, oblations, and homas and yajnas to you. Let my act of sleeping become salutations to you, and let all actions of pleasures of mine become part of your worship. So when you are just overflowing with devotion for Devi Parashakti and offer your sankalpa to Devi, both asked, unasked, remembered, and forgotten, all everything that you wish will simply manifest by the grace of Devi Parashakti. The next offering that we have is the Devi Sahasranama Swarnakasu. This is the gold coin with the various inscriptions of Devi Parashakti's divine qualities, the divine of Devi Parashakti. So each name of Devi Parashakti is one of her divine qualities. She's known as Nama Parayana Prita. It is not that the one Devi is known as Nama Parayana Prita, the one who likes the repetition of her various names. And when you repeat these various names of Devi Parashakti, you're not repeating simply the names of her, but the various divine qualities of Devi Parashakti. Each name describes of one of her various attributes, whether it's her overflowing compassion or her infinite knowledge. Whichever aspect of Devi Parashakti you connect to, you can offer that as a Sahasranama as one of the gold coins in the 1008 names of Devi Parashakti. And when you offer this, you will be blessed to awaken all the Ananta Kalyana Gunas of Devi Parashakti, all the divine feminine qualities of Devi Parashakti. The next offering is the Mukta Anguti. This is the finger ring with a pearl. And in the Devi Suktam, it describes, let the goddess who brings good fortune, who is praised by the gods, who is served by Devendra, who is praised by the Devas, troubled by the Asuras, who is praised and remembered as devotion to her solves all, who is the source of all good in the world. Let that goddess destroy all obstacles. So when you offer this Muktanguti, the finger ring with a pearl, the pearl actually represents the compassion of Devi Parashakti. So when you offer this finger ring with a pearl, you will be blessed with the overflowing compassion and protection from all dangers and fears in your life from Devi Parashakti herself. The next offering is the Swarna Padma Pushpa. This is the golden lotus, and it is described that Devi is the one who bestows accomplishments and intellect and who showers worldly prosperity. Devi is the one who showers the subtle mantras of the cosmos. I bow to you, O Devi Mahalakshmi. And yes, so when you offer this Swarna Padma Pushpa, you will be blessed with the prosperity, overflowing prosperity in your life and the abundance blessed by Devi Mahalakshmi, the manifestation of Devi Parashakti. And the next offering is the Swarna Metti, the golden covering. And in the Saundarya Lahari, it describes Lord Brahma, the creator of yours, collects the dust from your feet and creates this world. The great Adishesha with his 1,000 heads says somehow carries a dust from your feet with with great effort, and the great Lord Rudra takes it and powders it nicely and uses it as the holy ash. So you can see the power of Devi Parashakti's feet as just one grain of dust from Devi's feet have enough energy to create this entire world. And so when you offer this Badnamiti to the feet of Devi Parashakti, you will be blessed with a lifetime of leadership qualities and the divine grace of Devi Parashakti herself. The next offering is the Mantika, the gold hairline jewelry. And Devi is described as the one who makes the nectar flow from the Sahasrara, the crown center, to the Anya, the third eye, and permeates through all of the 72,000 nadis, the energy centers, to give us the ultimate experience of the divine. And the Mantika represents the overflowing Sahasrara. So when you offer this Mantika to Devi Parashakti, you will be blessed with the overflowing Sahasrara and the energy flowing through all of your 72,000 nadis to awaken all of your nadis and to ultimately live the enlightenment, the lifestyle of enlightenment. The next offering is the Pratiksha Pada Puja, which is, of course, the most favorite offering of all the devotees and disciples of Supreme Concept of Hinduism, who has manifested Devi Parashakti to give us the divine healing energy of the cosmic mother earth. And Adi Shankaracharya has described the greatness of worshipping the Guru's feet in this verse. He states, my repute has traveled in all directions through my philanthropy and prowess. All the things of this world are in my hands as a reward for my virtues. Yet if one's mind be not centered upon the lotus feet of the Guru, what then, what then, what then? So you can see the greatness of worshipping the Guru's feet. And when you offer this Pratikshapada Puja to the feet of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism, to Swami, to your very own Guru, who is the ultimate manifestation of the divine feminine consciousness, the one who is beyond the idea of male and female, you will be blessed with the most sweetest path to enlightenment. The next offering is the Vastra Seva, the offering of clothing during the Pratikshapada Puja to the sacred feet of Swamiji. And when you offer this, you will be bestowed with all protection on your path to enlightenment by both Devi Parashakti and by Swamiji himself. So here you can see the list of the various offerings that you can make. And you have the Ihundi, which is the general donation, the Sankalpa, the offering of a conscious resolution, the Devi Sahasranama Swarnakhasu, the Mukta Anguti, the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the Swarna Metti, the Mantika, the Pratiksha Puja, and the Vastra Seva. So it's a very simple process to make this offering. You can visit this link here, gateway.nithyanandeshwarahindutemple.org/NHTLA, And you can direct yourself to the Parashakti Bhava Samadhi Darshan donation page. Or you can visit kailasamailer.com/sevas, and this will direct you to the following page. Yes, here is what you will see when you go to kailasamailer.com/sevas, and you can select whichever offering you would like to make menu. So you can see the very simple drop-down menu, and you can choose whichever offering. If you would like to make the Sadhana offering of the Sadhana offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, you can choose whichever you want to make, how many ever you would like to make. You can choose and add that to your cart. And once you've added that to your cart, this is what your cart will look like. And you can go ahead and proceed to the checkout. And once you do that, you can fill out all of your billing details just as you would for any other online order. And once you are done with that, you can go ahead and place your order for your seva, and you will be able to offer your seva to Devi Parashakti. And be sure to join as a member of Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. It's a very simple process. You can go ahead and just press the join button, as you can see on the screen. And once you join, you will be, click this button, you will be directed to the next page, which will show you the various levels that you can become an e-Kailashin: bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and premium. And once you choose this, you can go ahead and fill out your payment details. You can do it through credit card, debit card, or PayPal. And it's very simply done through YouTube itself. And this is like any other online payment that you can make. And once you are done with that, you will become a member of Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. You can stay continuously connected and continuously receive the blessings of Devi Parashakti. And you will have the ability to also ask your questions directly to Devi Parashakti and Bhagavan Sundareshwara during the live Bhava Samadhi Darshan in the comment section of the YouTube channel. So the live video. So you can go ahead and make sure that once you join as a member, you can ask your comments, your prayer requests, your blessings, whatever it may be. You can directly ask Devi Parashakti and Bhagavan Sundareshwara in the comment section and receive the blessings and direct guidance of Devi Parashakti and Bhagavan Sundareshwara. And again, here is the link to make your offering, gateway.nithyanandeshwarahindutemple.org, and you can go to Parashakti Bhava Samadhi Darshan donation page. You can also visit kailasamailer.com/seva. So with this, we will be concluding this portion of the program, and we'll be entering into the next segment. And we have Madai Mai Swami here with us to guide us through this. In this next segment, we will be understanding some of the various aspects of Kailasa's COVID care centers. So we have Madai Mai Swami with us here to guide us through this. As many of you know, that the Supreme Pontiff has opened up all of the Kailasas of India just for the sake of protecting all of India from this deadly pandemic. And we have the Supreme Pontiff has opened up the multi-layer quarantine in all of the Kailasas. So anyone who wants to avail this opportunity, you can go ahead and sign up at kailasa.org/COVID care. Guide us through all of the various activities that are happening at the COVID care center. So much, Ma, for joining us.
Thank you, Ma. Nithyanandam. Nithyanandam, everyone. Welcome to this segment of the Kailasa's multi-layer quarantine COVID care protection centers, as de facto spiritual embassies. With the blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivan's blessings. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasugadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Triguna Rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. So what we learn in this from this segment today concerning statistics on mental health and global peace across the world due to the COVID-19. What are the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Kailasa's contribution for global peace and Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism spiritual solutions for COVID-19 and Kailasa's COVID care protection centers, some glimpses, and why temple-based ecosystems. And UN recognizes Kailasa's contributions, join Kailasa's COVID care protection centers. The crisis that we are under. Today, people around the world are trying to grapple with the grim reality that the pandemic is far from over. The aftermath of the current calamity promises to be much more devastating. The greatest economies of the world are facing disastrous futures. Countries are facing off each other in deep mistrust. Now let us see some of the statistics, the current news. Across the world today, World Health Organization makes a big statement about Delta variant of COVID-19. The World Health Organization on Tuesday said that Delta variant of coronavirus has elbowed out all the 3 other COVID-19 variants of concern that now represent a tiny fraction of the samples that we are being sequenced. Less than 1% of alpha, beta, and gamma are currently circulating. It's really predominantly Delta around the world, said World Health Organization's technical lead on COVID-19, Maria Vanker-Kove. This variant of Delta, which was first detected in India last year, has become more fit and it is more transmittable and it is out-competing. It is replacing the other viruses that are circulating. She said that and added that the variant has been detected in more than 185 nations till date. COVID-19 has now killed more Americans than in the influenza pandemic of 1918 and 19. The coronavirus pandemic has now killed more Americans than 1918-19 influenza pandemic did. The 1918 flu infected about 25% of Americans and killed an estimated of 65.65% with 675,000 deaths. COVID-19 has infected more than 12% of Americans and killed about 0.2% with 676,000 deaths. Now that the US death toll from COVID-19 has surpassed 676,000, the coronavirus pandemic has killed more Americans than the 1918-19 influenza. Axios and the Associated Press both reported the grim milestone on Monday. That means the COVID-19 now officially the US deadliest pandemic as the death toll crosses that of 1918-19 flu. People infected with alpha variant excels 100 times than original COVID strain. According to a study, the University of Maryland researchers suggested that the need of better ventilation and tight-fitting masks in addition to widespread vaccination help stop spread the virus. The findings showed that the amount of virus in the air coming from alpha variant infections was much more, that is 18 times more than could be explained by the increased amount of virus in the nasal swabs and saliva. These major increases in airborne virus from alpha infections occurred before the Delta variant arrived and indicate that the virus is evolving to be better at traveling through the air. As we were maintaining the 6 feet distance all these days, but 6 feet distance may not be enough to prevent viral transmission indoors. According to a study in Washington, the physical distancing of 2 meters, about 6.5 feet, may not be enough to sufficiently prevent transmission of virus carrying airborne aerosols indoors. According to a study, the result published in the journal sustainable cities and society suggests that the physical distance alone is not enough to prevent human exposure to exalted aerosols and should be implemented with other control strategies such as masking and adequate ventilation. The researchers examined three factors: the amount and rate of air ventilated through a space, the indoor airflow patterns associated with the different ventilation strategies, and the aerosols emission mode of breathing versus talking. COVID-19 Delta variant is still most concerning, says the World Health Organization experts. Even with the emergence of the new COVID-19 variant, the Delta strain remains the top concern globally, appearing to outcompete others. Senior officials with the World Health Organization said recently. I think the Delta variant for me is one that's most concerning because of the increased transmittability, said Dr. Maria Varkankove, agency's technical lead for COVID-19, speaking during an online question and answer session. It's doubly transmittable compared to the ancestral strain, which means that it can spread to more people. In US, the COVID-19 pandemic is now nowhere under control in the United States, says Chief Medical Advisor Anthony Fauci. He said, right now we are still in pandemic mode because we have 160,000 new infections a day. That's not even modestly in good control. In an interview with Axios, the US has reported 40 million cases of COVID-19 since the outbreak of the virus, with over 4 million infections adding up in the past few weeks. The increase in COVID-19 cases comes as the US administration earlier this month announced that it is planning to provide booster shots of the vaccine, as the Delta variant has become dominant in the nation and is wreaking havoc. This surge in Delta variant is driven by the low vaccination coverage in many communities across the US for disease control and prevention. In a country of our size, you can't be hanging around and having 100,000 infections a day. You have got to get well below 10,000 before you start feeling comfortable, Mr. Fauci said. In a report, younger adults are more likely to report symptoms of anxiety and or depressive disorder during the COVID-19 pandemic. Younger adults of about 18 to 24 about 56.2% got affected, and ages 25 to 49, about 48.9% got affected, and ages 50 to 64, about 39.1% got affected, and ages 65 plus, about 29.3% got affected. The average share of adults reporting symptoms of anxiety and or depressive disorder January to June 2019, which is in its 11%. Now, in just 1 month in the beginning of this year, it is rose up to 41.1%. Again, some more statistics confirming the same, that younger adults are getting reported more symptoms of anxiety and or depressive disorders than the older adults. Stress in America, a national mental health survey. COVID-19 is a significant stressor for most Americans. Nearly 8 in 10, about 78% say the coronavirus pandemic is a significant source of stress in their life. Nearly 7 in 10, which is 67%, say they have experienced increased stress over the course of the pandemic. More than 60,000 healthcare workers have contracted COVID-19 and 300 have died. Of the health workers who treated patients during the China's COVID-19 outbreak, 50% showed signs of depression and 45% showed signs of anxiety. Self-reported mental health among pregnant women, new mothers. Before COVID-19 pandemic, the depression was 15%. Now it increased to 40.7%. And the anxiety before pandemic was 29%. Now it rose up to 72%. Living under stay-at-home orders, 8 in 10 students are struggling with focus on schools or work and avoiding distractions. And 55% of the students do not know where to go for help for their mental health. Nearly 82% of women surveyed said their lives have been negatively disrupted by the pandemic. Nearly 70% of the women who have experienced these disruptions are concerned their career growth may be limited as a result. The global economic outlook during the COVID-19 pandemic, a changed world. The pandemic experienced to plunge most countries into recession in 2020, with per capita income contracting the largest fraction of countries globally since 1870. International Labour Organization, COVID-19 is a threat to peace building in conflict-free affected nations. COVID-19 crisis has worsened already fragile situation. The ILO is more aware than ever of its responsibility to promote peace and resilience in the time of this global pandemic. Coming back to India, Mumbai mayor says the third wave is here. The city's mayor has said that the third wave of COVID is already upon Mumbai, pointing to a sudden spike in cases. The third wave of COVID-19 is not coming, it is here, says Kishori Patnekar, adding that an announcement regarding the matter had already been made in Nagpur. In festive season in Maharashtra, the mayor urged people to remain in their asked to allow only 10 people and ships. Breakthrough infections found in 25% of healthcare staff. Percent of healthcare workers were infected with coronavirus despite getting fully vaccinated, according to a recent study, has revealed that giving an insight on the breakthrough infections due to the Delta variant. This study, jointly conducted by the Institute of Genomics and Integrative Biology, the maximum hospitals in Delhi NCR found that the vaccination breakthroughs were far more common during the Delta outbreak in Delhi than previously reported. The new coronavirus strain known as Mu, which was first identified in Colombia in January, has been designated a variant of interest by the World Health Organization. And it shows this new variant more shows signs of vaccine resistance. Now, how to cope up with current COVID-19 pandemic? It is important to address the COVID-19 pandemic, which is seeing another wave destroying many more lives. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says the pandemic fatigue setting in as a result of continuous lockdown is resulting in delusional ignorance. Holding on to the delusion and supporting this space of delusional decisions leads to delusional arrogance through bhava sankalpa. Continuous lockdown leads to delusional thoughts like, so what if I die, it's okay. I can't live forever in this lockdown. Going out and then exposing oneself and putting the risk on yourself and the others, and with irresponsibility and insensitivity, is the delusional arrogance through bhava sankalpa. The global COVID pandemic has left the whole world desperately looking for answers. Life as it had been experienced even back in February 2020 is no longer recognizable. Drastic change is the order of the day, with people having to redefine their world with new paradigms of economy, society, faith, religion, and health. Blessed are those who have had the greatest fortune to be with the incarnation of Paramashiva, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in their lives and to carry them through this crisis. Join the COVID Care Protection Centers. Register now through the link below. https://kailasa.org/kailasa care. Making sustainable developmental goals. Making peace with nature is possible if we start now. Even amid pandemic, 2021 can go down as the year we made peace with nature and set the planet to healing. Our environmental, social, economic challenges are interlinked. They must be tackled together. For example, we cannot achieve the sustainable developmental goals, including ending poverty by 2030, if climate change and economic collapse are undermining food and water supplies in the world's poorest countries. We have no choice but to transform our economies and societies by valuing nature and putting its health at the heart of all our decisions. The World Health Organization's Health and Peace Initiative. Health and peace are interrelated, in the words of the Director General of World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros. There cannot be health without peace, and there cannot be peace without health. If individuals and groups enjoy equitable access to health services, fulfilling their rights to physical and mental health, and health actors design neutral health interventions that promote trust and dialogue, and communities are empowered to cope with a violent conflict, then health coverage is more universal, grievances can be heard and addressed to generate trust, and health emergency concerns affected communities are more likely to make meaningful contributions to peace and reconciliation and to resist incitement to violence. Amid COVID, we need enhanced international coordination to build peace. United States Institute of Peace. Tackling the pandemic and building intelligence, building resilience in the fragile stage requires concerted international action at local and global levels. The humanitarian and economic toll of the COVID-19 pandemic continues to grow. So does the risk that this crisis will fuel now new conflict around the world while stemming prospects for resolving ongoing ones. Now let's watch a short clip on making peace with the nature is possible. It starts now. Stronger health systems and universal health coverage must be a priority. Remarks to the General Assembly special session in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. For the first time since 1945, the entire world is confronted by a common threat, regardless of nationality, ethnicity, or faith. The social contact between people, government, the private sector, civil society, and more can tackle the roots of inequality with fair taxation on income and wealth, universal benefits, and opportunities for all. United Nations International Day of Yoga. 2021 theme, Yoga for Well-Being. The day will be marked at a time when COVID-19 pandemic continues to upend lives and livelihood of people globally. Beyond its immediate impact on physical health, the COVID-19 pandemic has also exacerbated psychological suffering and mental health problems, including depression and anxiety, as pandemic-related restrictions continue in many countries. This has highlighted the urgent need to address the mental health dimensions of the pandemic in addition to the physical health aspects. The message of yoga in promoting both the physical and mental well-being of humanity has never been more relevant. A growing trend of people around the world embracing yoga to stay healthy and rejuvenated and to fight social isolation and depression has been witnessed during the pandemic. Yoga is also playing a significant role in the psychosocial care and rehabilitation of COVID-19 patients in quarantine and isolation. It is particularly helpful in allaying their fears and anxiety. Sustainable developmental goals. UN spotlights the health benefits of yoga, ancient practice that can ease the stress of our modern laptop lives. Yoga is a practice that can be relevant to all ages, relevant to all cultures, irrespective of what socio-economic status people represent. It can be used to unite our complex and difficult world to promote not only healthy lifestyle, but to promote peace and security in the world, said Dr. Nata Manapte, the Executive Director of the New York World Office of the World Health Organization, at an event entitled Conversation Yoga for Health. Our contemporary world is showing no signs of the intensity of violent conflicts, crime, displacement, and prevalence of continued state of tension in many regions of the world. According to a UN report, in the year 2019 alone, about 55% of 358 political conflicts worldwide involve the use of violence. Geopolitical tensions, which have been on the rise even before COVID-19 pandemic, have only prolonged violent conflict, making it difficult for policymakers to come together and resolve their differences peacefully and amicably. The last decade witnessed the highest number of people internally displaced by conflict and violence. Now let us see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's contributions for the global peace. The Vedic civilization beautifully describes Yastu sarvani bhutani atmani ivani pushyati sarva bhuteshu chatmanam tadona vigupukshate. Isha Upanishad verse 6, global peace is individual bliss. Whenever an individual goes through a spiritual bliss, he manifests a beautiful, peaceful life for him and everyone around him. If he is powerful enough, he moves the whole city and manifests peace. He is more powerful, he moves the whole village or whole country. If he is powerful enough to, like incarnations, he moves the whole world and manifests for them. The individual bliss is the source of the global peace in the level of Om, the microscope and the macroscopic level Om, or on the macroscopic level, the universe. Whatever level it may be, understand, whatever level it may be, global peace is the byproduct of the individual peace. Now let us listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism that the self-transformation is the secret to achieve the global peace.
Social answer means I'll tell, oh, you should all work for global peace. You should all work for turning the world. You should work for revolution. You should work for all these, that things. You should vote only the party which says that it will stop the war and all these things. This is the social answer. Nonsense. If you want the honest answer, I tell you, simply transform yourself. You can't do anything. If at all you can do, you would have done it. Be honest. If you can do, you would have done it. You are raising this question because you are not able to do. Am I right? So let us be very clear. Let us be honest. We are not able to do. Socially. That's the truth. That's the reason you are sitting here and raising the question. I tell you, understand few important things. There are a lot more attached to this question. There are many things which is attached to this question. We always feel the present is the world is totally spoiled. It is not going according to the rules or how it is supposed to be. It was wonderful once upon a time. In ancient time, things were going properly. Everything was well and great. And I tell you, 10,000 years ago, they found some writings on stone in Harappa Mohenjo-daro culture. Some stone writings have been discovered. The other day I read a beautiful book about that stone writings. That writings, it says, oh, nowadays the society is not as it should be. So much of war. There is no peace. In the early times, there was so much of peace. Society was really great. Things were as it should be. And it almost looks like a today newspaper editorial. 10,000 years ago, the same thing carved on a stone. Then understand, there was no such time as only good prevailed. It is just a fantasy. Hinduism, they call it Satya Yuga, the age of truth. There was a time only truth prevailed. And every religion, Christianity, they say the Garden of Adam and Eve. There was a time everything was wonderful. Every religion has got the fantasy. The past was great. There was golden past. Always the idea of golden past exists only in the past. The more you go back, again you say the past was great. And I tell you one thing, it is a wonderful way of postponing accepting the reality. Otherwise, I can be sure the world was same as it is today. Whether it is 5,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago. There was no CNN channel that time. So the news did not reach you so quickly. That's all. The news did not reach you so quickly. That may be the only difference. But otherwise, I can be sure the good and the bad was equal. Good and the bad was equal. The same amount of wars were there. All the other things were there. You read the Puranas, the mythological stories of India, you see enough of things. Enough of dirty things. I think sometimes I find little more. And if you read completely the Puranas or the Hindu scriptures, there are a lot of things much worse than modern day. The criminal activities or bad things or negative things, whatever you say, all this stuff. And never think only present day is corrupted or violent. In the ancient days also, all these things were there. Only one thing was not there, the CNN news or the internet. So the news did not reach you. But otherwise I can tell you, enough the good and bad was there. It always will exist. It will exist. All you can do is, if you awaken yourself, if you reach the enlightenment state, you can go beyond it. And I tell you, enlightenment is the only service you can do to the society. Just become enlightened so that you will reduce the negativity. Now, as of now, you are also the part of negative group. Naturally, we will be a negative group. As long as we are unenlightened, we will be the part of collective negative consciousness. So if you become enlightened, at least you will reduce your weight. That's the only thing we can do. Nothing else can be done. So all I request you to do is just become enlightened. Realize that you are a lion. That's the only way to help yourself and the society. Otherwise, all revolutions, you see, all revolution again end up as one more tradition. In last 2000 years, 3000 wars have happened in the humanity. In 2000 years, 3000 wars. Human beings have not done anything except doing wars, except fighting. Everybody claims he wants to do revolution. He wants to spread peace. You see, every country claims their army is a defensive army, then who is offending? Tell me. Every country says defensive army. Then who is offending? These are all just, games. The idea of peace is a pure game. Everybody wants to spread the peace according to them, not according to the other person. They want peace according to them. The other day I was in one interreligious gathering. One guy is preaching, let all of you convert to my religion so that we will not have fight. He wants peace the way in which he wanted, not the way in which. And saying, the sword of Muhammad, it is written, peace alone should survive. Something like that. He has written some statement about the peace on the sword. We all take sword to spread the peace. So no revolution is going to help. Because in the last 2000 years, 3000 revolutions have happened. But still world is same, I think much worse. So no revolution is going to help. Only individual evolution is going to help. So be very clear. Instead of working in the outer world, start working in the inner world. That will help you and society some way. Social answer means, I'll tell, oh, you should all work. Social answer means,
Now, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explains about peace-based powerfulness.
Listen carefully. The space of Shanti is where Kailasa grows. Listen carefully. It is in the deep powerfulness of peace, or peace-centered powerfulness is the ground, breeding ground for Paramashivatva to manifest. Please understand. Like how pure mirror reflects everything, pure Shanti-based Shakti, peace-based powerfulness reflects Paramashiva. Paramashiva manifests in peace-based powerfulness. Please understand. Neither violence nor powerlessness. Powerlessness is weakness. Violence is abusive. Peace-centered powerfulness. Powerfulness-centered peace. All the Upanishads starts with peace, completes with peace. Shanti mantra starts with Shanti mantra, gets completed with Shanti mantra. Peace-based powerfulness is a fundamental requirement for Paramashivatva to manifest. That is why people who don't want us to manifest Paramashivatva or power manifestation do not want to allow the peace in our life, or do not want peace in our campus. Understand? But only if you are peaceful, which cannot be shaken even by the demons and devils and rakshasas, we can be in eternal peace. So, remember this very clearly. Peace. alters the very genetic structure, the core Anu Mahat structure. Understand? Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. The consciousness in you is atom inside the atom, Mahat, more than Mahat. That Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. That consciousness starts growing in you with more and more peace-based powerfulness developing in you. Nothing can be compared to unclutching. Spend more and more time, energy in unclutching. It will never be wasted. Time spent on unclutching is the most productive time for you in your life, because unclutching completely makes you altogether a different material. Understand? It makes your very biomemory, muscle memory, core structure, molecular structure, genetic structure, DNA structure, everything. All the 8 energy flow circuits, 7 energy flows, 1 the pure conscious explosion. So totally 8 energy flow circuits exist in you. All the 8 explodes when you unclutch. Understand? Unclutching is the space of Sri Kailasa. Listen. The space.
Now, let's listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism that every prayer in Hinduism ends with peace, begins with peace. And the rest.
Every chanting, every prayer in Hinduism ends with Shanti, Shanti, Shanti 3 times. Means peace, peace, peace. Hinduism is the real religion. Loving peace, living peace. Individual level, social level, global level. Understand? Hinduism lost all its 56 nations, 200 states, 10,000 kingdoms, samsthanas, is not a loss to Hinduism, it is a loss to planet Earth, human beings. Wherever Hinduism is practiced, kept alive, the ideal of global peace is kept alive. Just do this one simple statistics. You yourself study. Google and study. Take the top 10 religions and list how many people they converted in last 200 years. How many people they killed. List for each religion. I can be 200% sure. You yourself will realize Hinduism is the most peace-loving and peace-living religion, neither conversion nor terrorism. Neither conversion nor terrorism. Being the Supreme Pontiff of the most peace-loving, peace-living religion, I give you all my blessings on this International Peace Day. Understand? It is we Hindus need to keep the global peace as a living possibility, and we need to make this global peace as reality. Just talking about global peace will not work. Working for global peace only is the responsibility of the real living Hindu. Anyone who wants to claim themselves as a Hindu or practicing Hindu should work for global peace is our responsibility. Every chanting, every chant, Hindus have the responsibility to bring global peace. So you can also throw a challenge. See, if you are making a Hindu micronation, you can throw this challenge to each one, your friends, family, 10 people. Let them participate in the challenge and then let them send the challenge to others. So I welcome all the living and practicing Hindus to become founding fathers of Kailasa micronation in your countries. You can also make a challenge, like how they made ice bucket challenge and all that. We can make a challenge. You form Hindu micronation and claim, I am the founding father of the Hindu micronation Kailasa. And then you can invite your family, friends for a challenge. 11 people. You form and you challenge 11 people and they also form and they spread. So let us start spreading. This project is my message on this International Day of Peace. Let us start working for global peace instead of just talking. The work we do will talk for us. The talk we do will not work for us. This is the message. The work we do will talk for us. The talk we do will not work for us. Global peaceability of Hindus.
Now, we have the live Bhava Samadhi darshan of Sundareshwara Bhava Samadhi darshan. Let's get prepared for that. Bhava Samadhi Darshan is not an event in space and time. Rather, darshan happens at the moment when we are lifted out of space and time. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, our neurons mirror that of the avatar. Bhava is defined as directing and activating the emotional and spiritual energy that is created through meditation on the avatar. The brain neurons mirror, activate, and process all the observed moments or information of the avatar just by seeing and without the physical act of imitation. That is, our entire body silently and without movement recreates what is happening distances far away, experiencing the superconsciousness energy radiated by the avatar. This science of Bhava Samadhi Darshan knows no distance, a phenomenon modern science is just discovering in terms as quantum tunneling. What exactly happens during the Bhava Samadhi Darshan? Our thoughts per second reduces significantly and we relax into the space beyond thoughts, which is we experience the thoughtlessness, becoming mentally at ease in coexisting dimensions duality. We and the divine become one, unconditioned by the parameters of time and space. A science that Einstein could not believe, and today researchers are exploring it to be true. It is probability of a quantum particle like an electron with less kinetic energy to cross over the potential energy of an energy barrier. An electron acts as both as a wave and a particle. Imagine a scenario. What happens when an electron with less kinetic energy is approaching a hill? Will the electron be able to cross over the potential energy or peak of the hill? As a particle, the electron will require higher kinetic energy to cross over the potential energy of the hill, or it will roll back. However, as a wave, the electron has the ability to pass through by propagating itself through the hill and go to the other side. That is the science behind quantum tunneling. The same science is imposed on people who witness the Bhava Darshan. This is because our neurons are able to mirror the neurons of divine immediately. Through quantum tunneling, we are able to travel through the divine energy and mirror the exact same neurons. Now, the science of the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. There is a beautiful pramana about how Krishna was enchanted by his own form in Bhava Samadhi. When Krishna once saw his own extraordinary sweetness reflected in a jeweled wall, he was amazed and said, "How unprecedented and astonishing is this deep and indescribable sweetness of mine. Alas, when I see it, even I become greedy to enjoy its sweetness." Just like Radhika. Radhika is a beloved of Krishna who experienced the Bhava Samadhi and experienced the Sayadhya Mukti of Krishna and become one with Krishna. So when I see, Krishna says, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it, but I cannot. So after due consideration, I find that the only way to release this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika. This is a beautiful scriptural reference from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 4. Bhava Samadhi Darshan is the science of Nija Avatar manifesting Paramashiva. That means the consciousness which is formless expresses the being of Paramashiva through the Divya Sharira, that is the light body, and manifests as Nija Avatar, the physical embodied form, for us to experience, relate with Paramashiva. the beautiful pramana from the Malini Vijayottava Tantra, verse 60. It says, by the enlightening teachings of the Guru, Katana, by the Shakti Pata, the graceful transmission of the spiritual powers from the Guru, by looking at the sacred feet of the Guru, or by complete loving fervor of the Guru, the prasada, the ultimate goal and space, Paramapadam, is attained. It is only through loving fervor of the Guru and is prasada. So here you're seeing the picture of the Devi Parashakti expresses through the being of Rajarajeshwari and manifests as a Nija avatar, the physical form as Devi Meenakshi. And Bhagwan Paramashiva expresses through being of Subramanya and manifests as a Nija avatar, the physical form Bhagwan Muruga. And Bhagwan Paramashiva expresses the being of Arunagiri Yogeshwara and manifests as Nija avatar, the physical form, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. And Bhagwan Parandhama expresses the being of Maha, manifests as Nija avatar, the physical form of Bhagwan Venkateshwara. The Achyavatar, the deity, reflects the consciousness and manifestation, the being of the super consciousness energy. But human beings are not mature enough to receive the higher level experiences from the Achyavatar directly. So the avatar takes the physical embodied form and comes down to bridge the gap and to create the experience of the super consciousness energy in all of us. So when we have the Bhava Samadhi Darshan of the Nija avatar manifesting the beings of various dimensions of Paramashiva, the auspicious components and the powerfulness of those dimensions of Paramashiva are awakened in us. So, dimension of Paramashiva manifesting the Nija avatar for us to experience the same is Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a direct experience of causeless bliss. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, our being comes alive and celebrates with the energy wave of existence. Our very muscles learn to imbibe and radiate Paramashiva. Bhava Samadhi Darshan is like a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. Even without much effort from our side, our very biomemory awakens to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness during the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. To have a glimpse of having the darshan of an avatar cleanses the karmas of the lifetimes and create a deep and lasting transformation in us. So what is the space that we need to have? That is simple gratitude, a strong feeling connection and a gratitude, the space of gratitude. Gratitude enables us the reflection of consciousness on all levels, physical, psychological, and ultimately conscious level. Darshan meditation as a preparation helps us to fall into the space of gratitude, and it is during that time that we drop conscious resolutions Satya Sankalpa of anything we want or anything that we need in our life. Be ready to reflect the consciousness of Paramashiva, and that is all you need to do to manifest the best for your life and the lives of people around you. Now we have the Sundareshwara, Elena Sundareshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan is at 10 p.m. IST. Now let us see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism contribution to the world's problems and what are the spiritual solutions, the powerful cognitions that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continuously contributing to the to add to health, wealth in all aspects of our life. The sovereign order of Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Nithyananda order of monks, nuns, and Hindu diaspora are working for global peace and to give a super consciousness breakthrough to humanity. It is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's mission to revive a conscious world where global issues at the climate, economic, social, health, and humanitarian levels and cease to exist from their very roots, turning the problems of poverty, hunger, violence, discrimination into powerful living through the experience of oneness. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been working from the very grassroots level to usher in an era of peace at all levels, individual, societal, national, and global. His deep insights into the workings of the human mind, body, emotions have enabled him to powerfully and directly address various social and emotional problems facing humanity today. Some of the ways Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism provides the spiritual solutions to combat the pandemic and other issues that we are in today. Since the beginning of the global pandemic, global lockdown, the amount of contributions and the activism, Kailasa has increased multifold through the Paramashivoham program, which is online program bi-weekly as per the Vedic calendar, bringing super consciousness breakthrough to the whole humanity. By starting the Akhanda Nirvikalpa Samadhi Jnana Yajna, that is practicing the unclutching meditation act, and contributing almost few unbelievable minutes for peace so far. Paramashiva Sankalpa chanting, that is Paramashiva calls, the sacred Sanskrit mantra chanting to heal 24/7 via the Zoom sessions. The spiritual healing to one and all 24/7, helping humanity to cope up with insecurity, fear, disease by empowering individuals to heal themselves, learn to cope up with emotions like depression and tough situations in relationships, providing alternative solutions to worldly problems through power manifestation, initiating thousands every day into manifesting the innate superhuman capabilities in Kaila's courtyard sessions, providing healthy solutions like a technique to clear the stomach from the Ayurveda solutions, which ultimately brings clarity out to the spiritual truths and give a conscious breakthrough. In the long term, establishing self-sufficient communities, continuing and intensifying the service of Annadan, the free food, in Nithyananda Annalayas around the world, including Tirunamalai, Los Angeles, and many other adhinams, paving way with the new world order, starting the agriculture-based communities in Adi Kailash and several other locations. Peacekeepers of Kailasa offers various life solutions from the teachings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, offering Maheshwara Puja to the natural calamities hit victims. Bhava Samadhi Darshan to raise the individual consciousness breakthrough, and Devi Parashakti Akashic readings. Now, society was created with the delusional ideas of too many human beings' blind spots and the decisions made from these blind spots. If the visionary of a civilization and a country or nation has blind spots when he develops the vision for it, the whole civilization suffers these blind spots forever. Now it's time that the nature, Prakriti, resets itself. Many of the blind spots based visions, ideas become important components of the society. This pralaya, which is happening, is melting down everything which is delusion based. The world, as we know, is gone. Let us celebrate God. The isolation, which is seemingly endless, with an unknown future, which is compelling humanity to make 100% lifestyle change, is something to be deeply dwelled upon. All problems need to be addressed only with spiritual solution and powerful cognition. To stop people having mental breakdown, pandemic fatigue, epidemic fatigue, collapsing, depression, destruction, and also give them super consciousness breakthrough and revive the enlightened civilization, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continuously gives spiritual solution and powerful cognition. Some of the spiritual cognition and powerful solutions are unclutching, practicing completion, practicing oneness, practicing ajapa japa of Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, consciously building deep feeling connection, yoga, puja, vegetarian diet, and nirahara samyama. It's time we all take the responsibility to save the humanity, to protect people from the pandemic fatigue and destruction. Let us try to enrich people for every one of these great spiritual truths. Open this link and start sharing with as many people as possible. The link is tiny.url.com/unclutchinginfo. It's free and open for all. Let us take a few minutes now and share with as many people as possible. Let us save the world. Let us give them the experience of unclutching and nirvikalpa samadhi jnana yajna. To save people from this pandemic fatigue, epidemic fatigue, destruction, and delusion as Maya matrix, help people to save super consciousness breakthrough and to sail through this pralaya. People from over 50 countries continuously radiate the space of Paramashiva by practicing the unclutching meditation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, starting from 13th May India time. At any given time, there are 4 to 8 zones actively unclutching around the world. Join this movement, http://kailasa.tv/minutes for peace. Minutes, number 4, peace. The life solutions based on the ancient Hindu tradition, the meditation and yoga techniques from the scriptures, the cognitions rooted in the highest truth, the lifestyle based on the higher values of life, and powerful way of living, and realizing one's ultimate potential form the foundation of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's teachings, which by their inherent nature provide the foundation for peace on planet Earth. Minutes for Peace, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism launched Minutes for Peace initiative, which is aimed to reduce crime globally by conducting mass meditations around the world in parallel. In 2014, just after 2 years of launching the program, it crossed over 1 billion minutes of meditation. Scientific studies have shown a reduced crime rate after participation in the meditation and completion techniques. In 1976, it was found that when 1% of the community practiced the meditation pujas, the crime rate was reduced by 16% on an average. So the current tally on the Minutes for Peace website is more than 4.3 billion cumulative minutes of meditation logged, including all the events, programs, and festivals where people have gathered in large numbers and participated in meditations and rituals. The total count comes out to be a staggering 409 billion minutes for peace so far. You can see the pictures, the samples, glimpses of the mass meditations. About 5,000 devotees gathered and participated in a 48-day meditation program called Shuddhatvaitam. The effects of COVID-19 pandemic, the United Nations have noted a dramatic increase in the world hunger. According to the state of food security and nutrition in the world, that 1/10 of global population, as many as 811 million people, were undernourished in 2020, an increase of 118 million from 2019. According to the Eat Lancet Commission, moving towards the diets with the diversity of plant-based foods, low amounts of animal source foods, unsaturated rather than saturated fat, and limited amounts of refined grain, highly processed food, added sugars, could prevent between 19 to 24% of the all adult deaths each year. Through Annalaya, the food donation centers, the de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa, the worldwide, under the guidance of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, have served over 2 million organic, sattvic, vegetarian meals so far, giving free food to all the citizens of the economic. Giving free food to all the citizens is the economic policy of Kailasa, deriving this reference from Vedas and Agamas. Now, one of the most recent contribution is recently the humanitarian initiative launched by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the opening of the Kailasa's COVID care centers in India, where the monastery campuses have been turned into a multi-layer quarantine facility to safeguard the inmates against any possible point of contact with the outer world. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has opened this service free to all people, regardless of any differences in age, gender, caste, creed, ethnicity, color, or socio-economic status. Food, shelter, internet, and all basic facilities, including medical care, are provided at these COVID care centers, free of cost and for an indefinite period. The outcome has been a splendid zero infection rate so far among the participants, a feat not achieved anywhere else in India. This response model of handling the COVID-19 pandemic at a community level, along with the guidelines and recommendations for governments, has been recognized and accepted by the United Nations as well. Now you can see some of the glimpses. The participants of the COVID care program offered by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism are enjoying a healthy, beautiful, spiritual lifestyle in multi-layered protection. They enjoy a stress-free time following a spiritual morning routine, doing yoga, doing puja, temple sevas, and the Kara sevas, various other activities, celebrating festivals, and all the activities. So join the Kailasa's COVID Care Protection Centers. Register now through the link below at https://kailasa.org/Kailasa Care. Now let us see the how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism revived the temple sciences and temple-based ecosystems, and why Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism reviving these. Now, in the time when COVID-19 is rampant and the ancient temples are in a lockdown because of the risk of widespread corona disease, the devotees of these temples were visiting and having darshan of their gods and goddesses for thousands of years. Yet, all these ancient sacred sentiments have come to a harming halt after the lockdowns have taken place. The religious fervor of the devotees is being lost due to the pandemic. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving the e-Kailasa ecosystem and bringing all the ancient traditions of the online platforms on Kailasa TV, YouTube, and Facebook. Now, let's listen a small clip. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism speaks about the deities holding the energy when doing the Prana Pratishta.
Actually, after the great pause settling, I wanted to do this Kumbhabhishekam, and then the Shivacharyas have advised us that only after the Uttrayanam, Uttrayana Punyakala, means after the Uttrayana starts, we are having a good date, Uttamottama date for Kumbhabhishekam. So that's the reason we waited. And see, fundamentally, deity intensely receives the energy like lightning and holds it and manifests continuously for the whole humanity. You see, it's like if I have to talk to you in a normal social language, it's like a lightning holder. See, I can get into the Samadhi, one with Paramashiva, and bring the whole thing to planet Earth. But the deity should be able to hold it and manifest it, radiate it for the humanity. So that is the reason the beautiful, dense, most dense granite deity is made. The earlier, the Avudayar we made, too much of power manifestation, it has given crack in multiple places. I don't know how you guys will be able to believe. Maybe I'll tell them to show the video. Such dense granite cracks to pieces and so carefully maintained with so much of all the Abhishekam, Puja and everything. Crack is the last thing you can imagine in dense granite, but so many places that earlier Avudayar has had, and that's the reason we made the new deity with more dense granite now. More dense granite, the deity is done, so it can withstand the power manifestation and hold the power for quite a long time. Maybe at least next 12 years it can hold. And before that I'm planning for the different level of granite for Avudayar. I wanted to teleport from the other planets
On 13th May 2021, Devi Parashakti revealed that, listen well to my words. For India, I made ship as protection. The Nithyananda Navapashana Lingam at Vaidyasarovar, go to Adi Kailasa, O Indians, listen. All those regretting losing the Nithyananda Nija Avatara, without confusion and without talking, just as the lip service, go to Adi Kailasa. Crores of people will come there looking for help, Navapashana, water feast and medicine, to get health and protection and enlightenment. To protect India from the great destruction, I, Parashakti, made this huge ship. Even if captain is not there, the ship is there. On 14th May 2021, Devi revealed that whoever comes to Adi Kailasa and does the good work of saving people from deadly corona, I myself will do all of their work. This is a commitment Paramashakti giving you all. Parameshwari, I will do what I say. So when the first world countries closed their borders during a massive global emergency, has opened its door to all without him. The various Adhinams converted as COVID care centers opened across India are Adi Kailas, Bangalore, many Adhinams from Tamil Nadu, Salem, Tiruvannamalai, Rajapalam, Pattanam, Srirangapadi, Madurai, Avatipalan, Huzur, and Baroda from Gujarat, and Sripuram from Hyderabad, and Pudui Adhinam from Pondicherry. Kailasa rushes to aid India as India finds itself on the verge of COVID-19 third wave. The multiple free COVID care centers opened across India. Various social services offered during the pandemic in Kailasa's de facto spiritual embassies across India. Spiritual services offered during the pandemic and cosmic revelations on global pandemic. The free social services offered during the pandemic and